when you ask yourself where you want to be in 5 years from now, this is going to tick in your head. This is going to keep on pushing you, and you're going to realize that you actually don't have lots of time. You don't have time to mess around. The only thing you have to do is use your time on building your wealth. This question usually hits me so hard because sometimes I sit down and right now we're in 2025, you know. So 5 years from now, 2030, will I have achieved my dreams? You know, will I be living the life that I really want? Will I be somewhere that I'll be proud of? You know, will I have a family, you know, that is really happy? Will I be able to take care of everything I want and go anywhere I want? You know, this type of question usually drives me insane, and it will drive me insane in such a way that I don't have time to sit back and regret the things I did in the past. I don't have time to waste trying to associate myself with people. Their goals and mine aren't aligning. So also take a moment, sit down and ask yourself, where do you want to be 5 years from now? You know, will you have hit your financial freedom? You know, will you have that big business that you have in mind right now? You know, will you be traveling around the world and living your dream life? So sit down and ask yourself this question, and after you have asked yourself this question, and just jot down the things you need to do for you to hit your goals. Because having a clear goal in mind and always knowing your whys is really important, and it's really strong drive. It's a motivation that can't fade, because within you, you'll always know that you're working for a higher purpose. You know, you are working for really bigger things, and the challenges that you're going to come across in your life will never stop you from doing what you have to do for you to succeed in life. This is what you should always take this question and use it to work for you and not against you. Sometimes when you look at the big goal, guys, it's really scary. And if you sit back and relax and you start doing your calculations, sometimes it even feels like you're not going to achieve what you're working on, especially when you look at the situation you are right now. When you look at your level, you know, it kind of feels very overwhelming to try to achieve this goal. But guys, I realized one thing: if a goal is really huge to an extent that it scares you, it gives you lots of questions and you have lots of ifs, the best thing to do about this is just to split that goal, the bigger goal, into smaller goals that you can achieve. You know, if you have a goal to start a really big business that is going to cost you thousands of dollars, the best thing for you to do is not to look at the huge number that you have ahead of you. Just divide that number. If maybe you have a period of maybe 6 years, divide that huge number and make sure in every year you hit a certain amount of money, or you save a certain amount of money that is going to push you towards your bigger goals. And if you have divided that, then in a certain year, this smaller goal that you just did, divide it another step down further, so that you have another small goals that you'll be working on each and every month. The moment you do this, you work on these smaller goals that you have just created, that are aiming, you know, to take you to the bigger goal ahead. It's going to be really easier, and you know, you're going to now to see this, that man, it's really so easy. It's really easy, and I can actually do this. The reason why I'm telling you this, guys, is because I had a dream back then. I wanted to travel the world. I want to travel full time, and that is something I've been working on for the past 5 years, as I can remember. And I used to take it wrong, and I used to only rely on one source of income. I was a blogger. I used to make lots of money out of there, and I thought maybe this one is my ticket to start traveling full time around the world. And that was last year, 2024. I really had a breakthrough, and I thought I was going to be working with some bigger media companies, but unfortunately something happened and it crashed the entire business. So I was like, man, I have to start all over again. So I had to think of a strategy that is going to work for me. So I decided to build businesses, digital assets, passive income streams, that I can actually work on. So these passive income streams that I'll be working on are going to enable me to achieve the goal that I really want. And to be honest, passive income streams usually take lots of time, and it's probably going to be it's probably going to take me lots of years for me to hit that goal. And but I didn't look them like that. So I said, okay, let me start a small channel somewhere, invest my time into it. Let me just push it so that it grows to a certain amount. If I have about 4 or maybe 5 income streams, and I'm making about $100 in each, maybe that's the beginning, the beginning, and maybe midpoint I make about $200 from each of these passive income streams. At the end, I'm going to be having like maybe $1,000 and so, and this will enable me to achieve my dreams. So when you look at these bigger goals in that way, it's going to be a little bit easier for you to work on them, and you'll always have a clear goal in mind, and everything that you're working on when it comes to your financial progresses, you'll always be on point. You'll always know why you're supposed to be budgeting for some things. You'll always know why you need to cut out some unnecessary expenses when it comes to the needs and wants, when it comes to saving and debts, repayments and investments. You'll always have an idea why you should work in a certain way. And this is really, really important when it comes to you growing as an individual. So having these bigger goals, it can actually change your life in a way that you become so focused, you become so goal-oriented, you become so future-oriented. You are someone who is taking your time focusing on things that are building you as an individual. So don't always look at the bigger goals just as a really scary thing, a scary monster that you can handle, but just take the bigger goal and simply divide it in smaller chunks and keep on working on the smaller goals, because this is what is going to push you to where you want to be in a few years from now. And that's how you should look at these goals. So don't take it as a really scary thing for you to handle, but take it as a way to improve you as an individual, a way as something that is going to show you direction on which path you should follow when it comes to growing yourself and hitting your financial freedom early enough, especially if you're chasing something big in your life, if you're chasing financial stability, if you're chasing financial freedom. This is something that's going to help you. And that's how I've been looking at the things. And guys, to be honest, I've realized that it's working really, really great, and I'm making a progress on that side. Something else you should understand is that when you're working on your goals, there are two sides of the coins. You can either fail to achieve them, you can either succeed when it comes to hitting them. These are two things you have to be open to, and you have to be open to any situation, and you have to be ready for anything. And trust me, the moment you're working to improve yourself, hitting your financial goals, attaining your financial freedom, maybe working on your earlier retirement, guys, this is going to be really challenging task. It's not something that is going to come easy. It's not something that you'll achieve within 2 or 3 months. For some, it's going to take them even years to achieve their dreams. And while for some, it's going to take a little bit shorter than that. So when you're working on your goals, just take them as your goals, and don't try to compare yourself with someone else. I know, guys, you might be having the same goal as me. Maybe you are aiming to hit your financial freedom so that you can travel the world, so that you can live a life that you fully desire. But it happens that maybe I get lucky somewhere, because of the an added fair added advantages that I have that you don't have. And maybe you see that I've succeeded in a period of maybe 6 months that I've been working on the things that I really want. While if you check your progress, if you look at your status, you're still stuck on the same level you were when you started working, and things are really tough. And it feels like every moment you try to push yourself forward to achieve your goals and dreams, it feels like 1,000 strong energy is pulling you behind. If you make a step further, 1,000 strong fold energy is pulling you behind. Guys, don't let this be something that is going to demotivate you from working on your goals. Guys, trust me, you can fail on what you're working on. And I'm talking about this from experience because I failed. I remember when I came into the world of blogging, my first website, I worked on the website for a whole year and I never made anything from it. I failed from that simply because I didn't learn what I was supposed to learn when it comes to crafting the blog articles the way they're supposed to be, when it comes to search engine optimization, when it comes to social media marketing of my blog. I really failed on that, but that didn't actually drag me behind. It actually motivated me. I sat down and asked myself, why did this blog fail, and why am I hitting the ground instead of moving forward? So I analyzed everything. I checked on where I went wrong, and I started working on gaining skill, reinvesting in what I failed earlier, learning from my previous mistakes, and I used that knowledge to develop another site that became really successful, and it's the reason where I am today. I got the money to invest in buying this the camera that I'm using right now. I got money to travel a little bit here and there, which led to the successfulness of the travel channel that I have behind me. So it's always a matter of drive and a mission, and if you're focused on something, don't let anything drag you behind simply because you think that it's impossible for you to do it, simply because of the challenges that you come across. And as you're working towards your financial freedom, there are so many challenges you're going to face. There are some financial emergencies that are going to hit you so bad, and it's going to drag you behind in a way that you feel like there's no point, there's no way for you to move forward. But that's it. If things were easier, everyone you know around you will have made it financially. And things are tough, and that's why really a few of us can manage to hit their goals. The few 1% who manage to hit their financial freedom, while others just are comfortable where they are. They are not chasing for anything that is going to build them as individuals. They are comfortable living paycheck to paycheck. But if you're trying to chase your goals, you have to be okay with the challenges that you're going to face. You have to be ready for anything. You have to be ready for disappointment. You have to be ready for failure. And when this happens, use that to your advantage, and don't let that affect your attitude when it comes to what you're working on. Anyway, guys, these are really few points that I wanted to share with you guys. I hope are going to add some sense into everything that you're working on as an individual. If you're working to hit your financial goal, if you're working towards building a sustainable business for yourself, if you're working to travel the world, you're hitting your goals somewhere, so that you can be able to achieve everything you want. These are the points that you should take into consideration when it comes to building yourself, building your brand, working towards your financial freedom. If you're working on your early retirement, these are things that you should put into considerations. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you like this kind of content. If you're into personal finance, if you are into growing yourself as an individual, personal development, and so, subscribe to this YouTube channel, because this channel is all about growth. I'm AJ, and I'll see you guys in the next one.